I made a little change to my portfolio. Nothing drastic though. The writing has been on the wall for a while with this, but it had a massive momentum streak. And I think now it's just got far too high. And I think the growth is already priced in. And I think there's no point holding it for much longer at the minute. This does not mean it's a crap stock. And if you are in my pie, you'll know what it is already. And I've replaced it with a financial bank, obviously. A big one. And with rates staying higher for longer, it means that more and more banks and financial services are probably going to make more money. I'm not going to lie though, the whole pie situation on Trading 212 annoys me. There's a load of people that follow it. I am grateful, but it's also the biggest pain in my arse ever. Every time I do a little change, it is my portfolio, right? I get emails, comments, messages, everything. Go, what have you done? Why have you done that? What do I need to do? Guys, seriously, just don't copy. Just use it as a guide for what I want to do. The reason why I built this pie was for myself and people wanted it public. I didn't expect that many people to copy it. But stick around. I'm going to showcase an idea for a new pie that could be quite fun to copy if you are interested in a bit of income. Now, I'm going to say this, it's not a bad company, but there are a couple of warning signs. The main reason why I've sold it is not because of the overall data. It's kind of a bit of a weird one, Aviva. It does really well, even though the data doesn't look great. It does have cash though. That's one thing that you can put a big tick on it. But when you look at the balance sheet, it's very much hit and miss. It's like sometimes it's well, sometimes it's bad. It's so random. But the dividend payout ratio is very, very high, and that can be a bit unsettling for some investors. But I'll go through in more detail other things in a second. However, when we talk about price, it's gone on a massive surge. That would indicate a good reason for me, my personal opinion, to sell for my portfolio. It did a good move, and I was already thinking this isn't fitting my mold. And I'll explain my mold now because what I look for, let's ignore this bit for a minute. We'll come back to it. We'll ignore this. What I want in a company is dividend growth investing. I want a yield that grows over time. It's not. It's dropping. That's a problem. With that high payout ratio, it's also making my arse go a bit like a 50 cents piece. It's not ideal, is it? When you think about it, because when you look at the fact of what it is, that's fine. But what if something goes wrong here? Yes, I've got a lot of cash. But as I say, hit and miss. Some of these are up, down, up. It's bonk. It's not very consistent due to certain factors and situations around the planet. But that's just my overall opinion. When we then move a bit further, as I mentioned before, these two metrics are basically telling me for what it makes, it's an expensive stock price. So you've always got to look after yourself. There is a couple of obviously other little red flags. Don't get me wrong, they make money. They've got cash. It's fine. They do actually have a dividend and they will probably continue to pay that dividend. That's okay. But as I say, sometimes there's other and better options. But for my fundamentals of what I look for as a dividend growth investor, it doesn't fit the mold anymore. By the way, what I'm using is my own tools, my own screener. If you are interested, there's actually a discount on at the minute as well. There's 25% off annual and 50% off your first month. If you go through, become a free member on the website, link below, you will go to a little thing and it will give you that option to do it. If you want to jump in, there's a Discord, there's courses, there's a screener, as well as exclusive content, and a lot more to come as well. I've got something baking quite nicely. What I've replaced it with is AIB Group. Basically, the biggest and best bank in Ireland. Similar sort of yield. That was a caveat I was looking for. Similar sort of yield. But this is a lot better. Data-wise, money-wise, also geopolitical inflation numbers, how the economy is going, other bits and pieces. Rates look likely to remain for longer, which would indicate that banks and financial services are going to make more money because they can. So with that, yeah, this fits the mold better. I needed something financial. I also needed something that was, as I say, that paid the same yield. This has been on an absolute giga run and it's probably going to continue because that's just how that works in that sense. Because when the banks are charging that higher interest rate, there's going to be a big, massive gap, and that profit, they're going to take it. They're going to steal it. Look at every single bank. They're all flying right now. So it's one of those situations. In terms of the numbers, it's healthy, very healthy. Dividend payout ratio is better as well. Their growth, revenue, amazing. The PE ratio is 11. PEG ratio is 0.21. So there's potentially a lot of, returns here. There's a lot more money in hand as well. So they're fucking raking it right now. And that just makes it look better. Overall, this is slowly going higher. Look at it. Like that big, massive revenue column is getting bigger. So things are looking good. And that free cash flow, that big grey box. Oof. So this is looking very nice. Dividend payouts, boom, 77 now. It's not been paying dividends for long by the sounds of it. They probably had a cut due to the probably COVID, but growing nicely, looking great. 60% payout ratio as well, so it's pretty much covered. Looks a pretty good stock to have, so that's why I went for it. Something I've just added to my filters is growing dividend yields. Basically this bit here, so tracking companies that are growing their dividend yield. The big problem that you're going to have is you always look for companies that are doing well, but some people get distorted by the growing dividend yield. Don't just get distorted by that. That's what I look for, but I also look for a good company. For example, right, I'll just give you a really good example of a company that might sound amazing, but might not be amazing, if that makes sense. So Greg's, good example, 74 score. It's all right. It's probably worth buying, but there's some things you need to just be a little bit wary of, right? Just to kind of go through it in terms of the bit of the research. Yeah, it's reasonably priced, you can argue, because it has dropped a lot since 2024. It's okay, but they do have debt. Whether they can handle that debt is another situation. You can either go for a really cash-rich company or debt. Sometimes it's fine. This one isn't too bad. The PEG ratio is a bit crazy. I think that's just gone a bit wild. But there is some cash, but there's a lot of debt, as you can see. A lot of debt. But it depends on how they can manage it. But overall, looking at the grand scheme of things, they are still growing as a company. But they do create a lot of stores. Remember that. But also over the last 3 years, their compound growth annual rate here has actually dropped a little bit. So it's not quite perfect. As you can see, there's a lot of different factors you've got to look at here. I'll give you a better example, even with the same sort of score. Jet2 Holidays, you've probably heard of them. Good growing dividend yield. It's a very, very small yield, but they are paying and it is growing. But in terms of price action, as you can see, not the best. It's like it's done well over the last 6 months, but over the year, it's actually down a lot. There's a reason for that. I wonder why that dropped so much. I'll let you work that one out. But moving down a little bit, they are heavily cash rich. They've got 2.01 billion laying there. The PE ratio is very low. Dividend yield is very, very low, so that might put people off. But as companies go, it's growing quite nicely, right? So as I say, with companies, you've got to look at certain factors. In terms of my overall performance, not a lot's really changed other than that quick swap. Similar sort of yield, so that hasn't really moved much at all. You can see that we're having a bit of a wishy-washy, horrible day today. But other than that, it's okay. Certain things have looked fine. I mean, it's not down much. But overall, I've got a couple of grand in it. It's not too bad. My entire portfolio is not too bad. I'm not really upset by today's price action. I'm not. The reality is here, these dividends are just going to take time to grow, right? So AIB Group, for example, here, I'll just showcase it. Yeah, it's pretty bloody high. I can see that. But overall, right, the dividends, yeah, it's crazy. The amount of growth that they're getting over the course of this time period is really, really good. Obviously, a massive, massive big drop off due to COVID and now going much, much higher. There's a lot of monies here. There's a lot of money, there's a lot of growth, and it's doing well. Finding a company that looks like this is actually quite nice, and it's quite rare. But anyways, going back to the pie, they're doing me head in. Absolute nightmare to sort out, right? And whenever you do anything, you can't do anything unless you rebalance. So that's why everyone gets notified. It's a nightmare. I'm not saying I'm going to stop it. I'm not. I'm going to add another one though for a bit of fun. I was thinking, right? I'll show you. But what I was thinking was do a UK version similar to this, but a one that is literally try to get paid every single week, 52 times. It might be quite hard to do, but there is some absolutely, this is what blows my brains. There's some brilliant UK stocks out there that are quite low in value, but also pay well in terms of yield. So it might be quite an interesting experiment. I'll have a little think, see if it does well, but it might be the little experiment series that we go on and have a bit of fun with it, putting £100 a month into it, £150 a month into it, and see how it goes. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Quite a quick, simple roundup today. But yeah, if you are interested in the tools or the free ETF screeners or whatever, there's links below. Jump in.